Thank you. Could we please have, my button's on. There it is. Can we please have roll call?
Yes, you may. Councilmember Shacker is absent. Councilmember Perkins?
Here.
Councilmember Phillips?
Here.
Councilmember McCafferty?
Here.
Councilmember Armstrong?
Here.
Vice Mayor Grineal?
Here.
Mayor Miller?
Here.
And our town attorney is present.
All right, introductions, presentations, proclamations. Presentation and discussion regarding the update on the Mayoral Youth Council Program. Well, there you are.
Nope. I think it is now.
There it
There
is.
it is.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is just a brief 10-slide presentation of the Mayoral Youth Council program we have coming up. This is a topic that we've been talking about over the last year, and we're very excited about it to get the youth engaged in Chino Valley. And I can't see. Just a second.
Good girl.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. So the Chino Valley Mayor Youth Council, the purpose, I'm not going to read all this out to you, but at the end of the day, what it is, it's a leadership program for our youth to get them engaged in civil engagement and to report back to council and mayor with what they hear from their communities. They will be holding meetings every couple months. It's a year-long pilot program that we're going to start with 6 students we're hoping to be able to get grades 9 through 12 out of Chino Valley High School. And we will start the application process in the first quarter, we're hoping. One of the really fun things that the kids get to do is attend the League of Arizona Cities and Towns. This will happen probably in the second year, not this next year. But it really gets them engaged. It really gets them to see the spirit of Arizona, to see leadership, and really get involved again in civic engagement. They get to make booths, they get to stay for the night, and it's just a lot of fun to see their energy and their networking amongst their own peers. So here are some of the benefits for kids. It's a great resume builder. If you're trying to get into college, if you're on the Mayoral Youth Council and you want to study public administration or anything, it's really, really great. They get to have a special graduation ceremony with the mayor, which is exciting for kids. There's real-time interaction in the community when you have youth engaged. And the quality of life can be impacted in a positive way. They will come to you and they will tell you what they want. You know they will. So it'll be a lot of fun seeing what ideas they bring to the table. And again, it establishes a network that benefits our future in the community and the communities around us. Just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know we're working on it and we're excited and we've got some traction and that'll be all. Any questions?
Thank you.
Maggie, is it a 2-year term for these kids? Or a 4-year term?
Four.
Poor kids.
It's a 1-year term at a time. So yeah.
Perfect.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Something we
Thank
needed
you.
for a long time.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Maggie.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Call the public.
Call to the public is an opportunity for the public to address the council on any issue within the jurisdiction of the council that is not on the agenda. Public comment is at the discretion of the council and not required by law. Individuals are limited to speak for 3 minutes. Yielding of time will not be permitted. The total time for call to the public may be up to 30 minutes per meeting. Council action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, scheduling the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date, or responding to criticism. Disrespectful behavior will not be tolerated. This includes loud outbursts, profanity, and disruptive discussions amongst our audience. I do have a couple comment cards for tonight, Mayor. First one is Les Oster.
I'm here tonight with some questions about how much water this mine is going to use. And my second one is road conditions. That road 5 is not designed for truck traffic. We have blind drives. We have several intersections. And if you watch 89 with these pneumatic trucks that run up and down the road, they have had near accidents and some accidents. And you can see black marks at every intersection. And, you know, it's just not made for that. And then as far as the noise and the blasting and running the machinery and all that, some people work during the day and have to sleep at night. I'm a truck driver. I know all about it. And I live in the area. And it's going to devaluate homes. I don't know who would give permission for somebody to mine a small area like that in a residential neighborhood. It's just beyond my concept. And the noise, you know, there should be noise ordinances if anybody ever considered those. We hired, or the city of Chino hired a company called Matrix Design Group. I don't know if they had anything to do with this or not, but we paid a lot of money for them guys to come in and plan for city growth and that kind of stuff and to do the city. And whose jurisdiction does this fall under? Is it under Chino Valley? Is it under the county? Who's going to be in control of it? Those are my questions.
We're not allowed to respond to you during roll call to public, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, I have Jerry Bullens, not a Town of Chino Valley resident.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to speak tonight to you. This is really out of my comfort zone, so bear with me. I brought a picture here. This is about the mine. I brought a picture here of where I live and a picture of off of my own porch. If you would care to take a look at it, I have it right here available to you. To see how personally this affects me. My address, although it does not fall within the official town borders, my address says Chino Valley. I have these last 20 years since my husband retired from the Navy considered myself a resident of this town. My daughter is a graduate of CVHS. I shop here, I attend town functions, and I certainly tear up when I drive down the Highway 89 full of flags, feeling very blessed to live in such a patriotic town full of heart. So when the article was published with the mayor, and I'm sure you're a lovely person, but stating that it wasn't our fight, in other words, Chino Valley's fight, I was deeply hurt. Although I do realize the logic behind it, the words cut to me and everyone else on the other side of Reed Road, saying basically that we don't matter. Mr. Mayor, I'm here to say that I will have to agree to disagree with you. That this fight is indeed Chino's, yours. I will give you a couple examples. I attended the last meeting, as you know. For the first hour and a half, perhaps more, a lengthy presentation was made involving a study done on the area's groundwater. It was said how precious and limited a resource it is for our part of the state, and recommendations were made to raise the water rates over the next 3 years and higher penalties to be given to those with higher water consumption. After contemplating what had been said, I found this survey mind-boggling. A known, precious, limited resource that Chino residents would be asked to conserve and pay more for when just the other side, west of Chino border, a mine, would have full access to the very same water source and is planning to turn on the spigot 24/7, letting it run for 20 years without penalty, no extra cost, no liability for damages, even if they run it dry. This wasn't factored into the study at all. Boy, that 3 minutes went fast.
Thank you.
It tends to. Thank you so much.
I'll be back.
Next, I have Guy Rogenson, not a Town of Chino Valley resident.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. Appreciate the opportunity to speak. As she mentioned, I'm not a resident, but I'm a Chino Valley address. I'm one of those odd people where I can't vote, but I drive through your streets. We pay the sales taxes. We support the community. My wife and I own a rescue ranch up here. We do goats, and we're literally at the base of Sullivan Buttes. We're probably the highest house right next to Sullivan Buttes. The proposed project is probably about 15,860 feet as a crow flies from our residence. And I guess the question I have is, what does Chino Valley want to be? I'm in a really unique position this evening in that I'm in this business. I know of another municipality that was challenged with a mining operation. And even though the mining operation was in the county, they had to use the roads to move the aggregate. And the municipality was able to block that through an ordinance. So I don't know the law. I want to start studying it. I guess my questions to you to maybe ask is, number one, who's our district supervisor that our citizens need to know for the county? As I mentioned, what does Chino Valley want to be? Do you need an offer of help in terms of alternative? I don't know if Chino Valley has been offered incentives from the mining operation, because I know they got tons of money. So has Chino Valley been offered support with its roads, for example, as an incentive to support this, at least in spirit? Not that I do, but have they been offered that? Have you thought about developing that area for trails like Prescott has done with trails to bring in tourism dollars? If you've been offered an incentive from the mining operation, are there other dollars that you could create creatively, like Prescott, the city of Prescott has? They have hundreds of miles of trails now. And all that area back there is beautiful stuff that could be horseback riding, biking, you name it, for tourism. You have assets that you could leverage that way. As I mentioned, I wonder, is Chino Valley being offered an incentive directly or indirectly? We would like to know that. When was town leadership notified of this information about the operation? I understand private property. I respect that, and it's a very big law here in the state of Arizona. And does the Economic Development Department, and I know Maggie, she's done a great job for this town, does she support this project? That'd be interesting to know. Having said that, what does Chino Valley want to be? There's ways creatively to support you. If you're looking for support on alternative income resources, I'd be willing to volunteer my time to talk about that, because I don't know if you've been offered incentive or not. But if you have, I have ideas to replace that incentive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I have Vicky, and is it Neistry?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I
There you go.
am not a resident of Chino Valley. However, these people are all my neighbors. And I understand that your hands are tied. Our hands are tied too, and we need your help. So what I am asking today is that you look into AR 11812, and that's the document that has most of the mining laws. And what we would ask is that you help to update that. We're not against mining. We just don't want it in our own backyards. So that is my request tonight, is that you just look into that, work with some other legislators. I'm happy to provide some information on people that are currently working on that. And maybe if we can all band together, we can make a difference. So Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Those were the only submitted cards I had, Mayor.
Thank you. All right. Moving on. If status, I'm sorry, current events, summaries, and reports. Status reports by mayor and council regarding current events. I don't have anything. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. This is an update for the 9/11 Memorial Foundation. The airplane sign has been replaced correctly. The car show that we had in connection with Territorial Days raised over $2,000 for the foundation. And currently, we are working with Chief Freitag to establish a memorial for the Granite Mountain Hot Shots at Station 62, which is on 3 North. That's all.
Tom?
Okay, recently I attended and got thank you letters from the air show. Mr. Nichols stopped by the grinder. That went well for the town, and spent last Saturday afternoon with a Harvest Fest helping the Chamber of Commerce out. And all those events were great for the town, and it was nice to see the turnout that we got on all of those.
Thank you. John? Jerry? The town manager.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. Just a couple of things. We just completed our overlay for Road 2 North, so if you haven't had a chance to get over there and look at it and drive on it, they did a really good job. It was an opportunity for us to smooth out that intersection until we are able to go through and actually rework it and just make it's really smooth and safer for travel now. And then we also have our town-wide striping, road striping underway. So that'll be going on over the next few weeks. Just be careful out there and give the crews room as they're working. And just like Councilmember Armstrong, I want to recognize the success of some of the recent events that we've had, how hard staff has worked on it, as well as our other agencies and partners around the town. National Night Out, the police department's event was fantastic. The concert was great. It was really good to see the community come together. We just completed the Chino Grinder. We had the Harvest Festival and also the Chino Grand Prix. All of them were well-attended events, good family events for people to come out and enjoy, and we had some great weather. So I want to thank the staff for all the work that they put in on that. It was a lot of work, and they really did a great job. Also, the Forest Service has given us notice that they're going to be doing some prescribed burns that will be able to be seen from the Chino Valley area and surrounding community areas. You can go on their website and take a look at the plans for that, but those are going to start this Thursday, October 12th, and continue through the following week. So fire managers say they expect smoke impacts to be light and visible, and they will continue to post on their website, and we will share that information on our social media as well. And lastly, our town clerk is putting on a potential candidate open house. So if anyone's considering running for town council, this will be a great event for them. It's an opportunity for any town resident who is considering running for local office to learn about that process, how to become a council member, and then what some of the expectations and commitments will be if they are elected. So to register for that, you can call the town clerk's office or email the clerks at chinoaz.net. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up would be the consent agenda. Would anyone like to remove anything? Sherry, John, this side?
Nope.
How about over here?
No.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve consent agendas, item A, B, C, D, and E.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, action items. We have none. Sherry? No, you're up. You're up.
Oh.
Already?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we're adjourned. Thank you.
Like pulling teeth around here, ain't it?
Where are the prescribed burns at? I'm all about it. Yeah, I mean it.